www.thegreatwhitebrotherhood.org.
Van Allen Belt. The dangerous radioactivity emitted by the Van Allen Belt is the result of a huge nuclear explosion that took place long ago by a previous intergalactic civilization that was at war with another similarly advanced race of beings. These groups lived a long time ago, in Earth terms, and history has retained no memory of them. These races, we could call human, but would not be recognized by modern man as resembling the human form of man as we know it now, nor did they act or think as modern man does today, both the good and the evil. They were completely different, and lived by different standards to modern man. However, they were extremely advanced in the use of technologies, and had developed deep space travel, using techniques that are not available to anyone today. They were extremely advanced in the use and manipulation of scientific techniques. We break off to say that there is virtually no limit to the length that science can go to, in its development of using both physical and auric matter. As the secrets of how matter, both physical and spiritual, is constructed, it opens the door to producing effects, both positive and negative. To return to these previous races, they had produced wonderful things, both in the physical and in the auric fields, for these people could move across the barriers between fields, or dimensions, with ease. They did not live on Earth, and we cannot really say on which planet they did live on, because they had terraformed various planets, that no longer exist in our reality. It must be understood, that planets, being alive and having consciousness, are able to evolve, or devolve, according to the desire of the prime intelligence, contained in association with those planets. So, there are a number of former planets in the galaxy, that have evolved to pure spirituality, and could only be observed by those whose consciousness is sufficiently developed, so as to be able to see into the higher, spiritual frequencies. There are also, strange as this may seem, a small number of planets, that took the opposite route, and evolved, until the life essence of the planet was reduced to nothing, and the planets concerned, crumbled back into the dust, from which they were made. These long ago beings, lived on, and around those planets. Now, as is so often the case, conflict arose between at least two of these groups. Just what the conflict was about, is lost in the mists of time, but the disagreement was of sufficient stature, as to provoke, eventually, open war. These races of beings had developed terrible weapons, of both attack and defense, far in excess of anything that modern man could comprehend. This war escalated, until the inevitable happened. A vast nuclear bomb was exploded. The remnants of this nuclear bomb remain today, and has formed what is known as the Van Allen Belt. Fortunately for modern man, it is contained by spiritual forces at a distance, that does not affect us, both in the physical and the spiritual sense. Nuclear energy produces vibrations that can extend far beyond the physical realm, and can be innocuous to life in higher realms also. We will not describe the beings using technology to contain this Van Allen nuclear energy, nor will we expand on the techniques used. Rest assured, that if it was not for the untiring efforts of these beings, the Van Allen radiation would spread far and wide, and would destroy planet Earth, and all life upon it. Regarding the beings that provoked the explosion, history has no further record of them. It may be that they were eliminated in the explosion, or it may be, that they have evolved beyond our knowledge. Our records are not endless, and, although some information concerning these long-ago races have been preserved, we do not have a complete record, and we will not speculate. Lastly, we will say that modern scientific conjecture, as to the origins of the Van Allen Belt, is just pure imagination. What we have stated here, is the truth, concerning the formation of the Van Allen Belts. We will also note that, modern man in their primitive rocket ships, could never traverse the Van Allen radiation belts, without the astronauts sustaining irremediable radiation damage. Alien visitors to Earth, skip over the belts, using the jump techniques that we have formerly mentioned. Thus, any likelihood of man returning to the moon, using rockets, is pure fiction, as scientists know.
Thank you for watching this video lesson. Please visit www.thegreatwhitebrotherhood.org for more lessons and free downloadable books.